May speaking earlier today. 03456060973. Is there any appetite for military action in Syria? The idea simply terrifies me that we would be even contemplating that. And then I watch the Hilary Benn. Remember one of the most powerful speeches of recent times in Parliament, Hilary Benn addressing to the and I think we could say annoyance of his leader, Jeremy Corbyn, who was sitting right next to him. This was essentially Hilary Benn's resignation from frontline politics. That we should, in 2015, have taken action. I'm sure that speech will be watched over and over again in the next few days. Your thoughts on this? 03456060973. In a moment, we'll speak to the former US ambassador to Syria first, Lindsey German, who's co-founder of Stop the War Coalition. Evening to you, Lindsey, and I would imagine that reservation that I just highlighted is firmly something you would share.
It is, because I think that any intervention can only make the situation worse. This is a terrible attack. There's lots, and we don't know fully whether this is a verified chemical weapons attack, but obviously if it is, that is totally unjustified, as indeed, in my view, is the conventional bombing of civilians which has been going on. But I don't think we should take the idea that we're not intervening. I mean, when you quote Hilary Benn's speech in 2015, actually the British Parliament then voted to bomb Syria, and bombing Syria carried on from then.
More bombing rage than any other country bar America.
Yes, and you have to say to yourself, has it really made the situation any better? If you look at the United States, a year ago, Donald Trump fired 59 cruise missiles at air base in Syria in response to the last attack. And again, what has this done? And, you know, there are now many, many powers intervening in Syria. The war has been going on for 7 years. There is no real appetite, in my view, from these various powers to end the war, because they see it as much more part of the geopolitics in the region than what is going on in the region. And it's about a struggle for power between the different forces there. And the people who are suffering from this are the people of Syria.
You're a pacifist, and that's fine, and everybody understands.
I'm not actually a pacifist. But
OK, well, you represent a fairly peaceful position. Would that be reasonable? I
do think, even though I'm not a pacifist, the older I get and the worse these wars get, I think there has to be a very, very good justification for bombing people. And to me, there isn't one at the moment with this.
If Hilary Benn and the view that he took back then was to be believed, he talked about how proud socialists like yourself had in the past had to use action against fascism in order to defeat fascism, and that sometimes that is the only option that is on the table.
Well, this isn't about defeating fascism, and it is about a one power in the Middle East, which is not a particularly powerful country. It may be there's a horrible war going on there, but the truth is you can't compare Assad with Hitler, who headed up one of the biggest armies and one of the biggest economic and military powers in the world. And I thought Hilary Benn's speech then was completely overblown and made completely wrong analogies, and I still do. And I think the job of anybody on the left, I think, and a socialist, is to tell people what they think is going on and what they think is happening. And it strikes me that
children are dying, Lindsey. That's what's happening.
Yes, children are dying there.
Inaction is not an option, surely.
Children are dying. Well, as I've just said, we haven't had inaction. We've had lots of action. Children were dying in Mosul. Estimates of the dead in Mosul caused by US bombing last year range from 8,000 to 40,000. Children are dying every day in Yemen. Children are dying in Palestine, have been shot by the Israelis. So, yes, all of these things are absolutely terrible, and all of us can say all the time that we are totally against civilians being killed and children being killed. But let's look at the reality. And the reality is that every single one of these military operations has made the situation worse. It hasn't made them better. And that's my concern over this one.
All right, Lindsey, strong words. Thank you for being with us. Lindsey German, who's one of the co-founders of the Stop the War Coalition. You might